My, as the turntables. This story just keeps getting more and more interesting. Let's talk about this. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel here from the GeekSpeakNation channel. And yes, I am very, very tired. I've not been sleeping very well, on top of also on my second playthrough of Cyberpunk 2077. Not a full playthrough, as in like I got 20 hours into one playthrough and had to switch over to another one to see if that would fix the bugs, and it kind of fixed some of the bugs I had and some of the crashing issues, but not really. Anyways, I put 40 hours into this janky video game over the last 4 days, so I'm a little tired. But here we are. And oh man, the saga that is Cyberpunk 2077 just gets more interesting, and truly, I do enjoy covering this game. From the wild reactions of people who validate any decision that's been made with this game to, the staunch naysayers who, vehemently screech at the top of their lungs how this is just an abysmal video game, even bugs aside, which is definitely not the case. It's a great video game. You don't start a second playthrough and do 20 hours of both of them if you don't like the game. But regardless, this whole entire situation has left me aghast. It has left me flabbergasted. I have been in awe of this whole entire situation and how it's all unfolded, and I think it's been very, very interesting. And our next part of this saga is that, well, it looks like you can get yourself a nice little refund on the game. Let's find out some more. Oh, I still have everything set up for streaming. Hold on. I need to put up my green screen. That should be good enough. So the official statement from Cyberpunk or CD Projekt Red reads as such. First of all, we would like to start by apologizing to you for not showing the game on base last gen consoles before it premiered, and in consequence, not allowing you to make a more informed decision about your purchase. We should have paid more attention to making it play better on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Yeah, I'll read the whole thing before we start dissecting this. Okay, second, we will fix bugs and crashes and improve the overall experience. The first round of updates has just been released, and the next one is coming within the next 7 days. Expect more, as we will update frequently whenever new improvements are ready. After the holidays, we'll continue working. We'll release 2 large patches, starting with patch number 1 in January. This will be followed by patch number 2 in February. Let's see here. Together, these should fix the most prominent problems gamers are facing on last-gen consoles. We will be informing you about the contents of each patch ahead of their release. They won't make the game on last-gen look like it's running on a high-end spec PC, or high-spec PC, my bad, or next-gen console, but it will be closer to that experience than it is now. Finally, we would always like everyone who buys our games to be satisfied with their purchase. We would appreciate it if you would give us a chance. But if you're not pleased with the game on your console and don't want to wait for updates, you can opt to refund your copy. For, let's see here, copies purchased digitally, please use the refund system of PSN or Xbox respectively. For boxed versions, please try to get a refund at the store where you bought the game. Should this not be possible, please contact us at the email that is listed, and we will do our best to help you. Starting from today, you can contact us for a week up until December 21st, 2020. Humbly, all the culprits involved with the release of this game. P.S. PC gamers will also be getting regular updates and fixes improving the game. I think the most fascinating thing about all this is that, you know, in somewhat retaining their reputation, they have taken the high road and have actually admitted guilt and admitted to deceiving 41% of the 8 million people who bought their or pre-ordered their game into buying a version that was not as advertised, right? That they kept everything hidden, they kept the reviews hidden, they lied in those interviews last month when they said, oh, the game plays surprisingly well on last-gen consoles, yada, yada, yada. And I'm seeing so many people use the excuse of, you shouldn't expect it to work, Daniel, on 7-year-old hardware that you bought 7 years ago. Do you expect the PC that you bought 7 years ago to still work? Well, here's my thing, right? Let me break it down like a fraction for you. When the game was first announced, it was before the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One even came out. As the game was ramping up launching and marketing materials, or they first released that gameplay in the behind closed doors and announced Keanu Reeves and show all that footage, the Xbox Game Showcase. This game has always been marketed as a PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One game way before next-gen consoles were even a part of the equation. So I find it very funny that for something that they didn't even have dev kits for until last year is all of a sudden the intended target for where this game, well, the hardware this game should be running on. It's amazing how people like to flip the script in that regard and mark people who, which I don't even have the base PS4. And somehow that's surprisingly worse than the experience that I'm getting on PlayStation 5. But that these people are being marked as just people who are nagging and complaining. This is legitimate deceit. This is an admission of guilt on top of, you know, statements that were made, I think, a couple of days ago where, what is his name, Adam Kaczynski, him and the other board members, they claimed, you know what, we pushed the game out even when it wasn't ready, and that's just what it is. And it's just like, to me, it's just absolutely ridiculous. There's no even really need to even go into the talking about how, you know, how much time they had to make the game, talking about other open world games that run very, very well. Yes, there is advanced lighting. Yes, there is crowd density. Yes, there is intense vertical structure to the design of their open world. But a lot of these elements are not solely unique to just Cyberpunk, and other elements like this have been similarly done in other video games and have been very taxing, but still at the same time, you can get a robust open world to work on these base consoles. Of course, obviously not running, you know, like they say, as a high-spec PC, but you can get this stuff to work. It just takes time. And unfortunately, time was misused and mismanaged over the course of the development of this game. And now we're just sitting here in this situation where people now can get refunds, which is good. But the fact that it's had to come to this even in the first place is just absolutely insane. But regardless, I'll probably be taking up on this offer for the PlayStation 5 version. My game has crashed officially over 40 times since my last video. I've officially reached the 40 mark, so what? But it's just, yeah, I'm just afraid at this point that I'm just truly just causing damage to my PlayStation 5, like SSD and hardware from this thing crashing all the time. Yeah, I love the game. I really do. The game is great. The game is amazing. Like, the actual content, like sifting through all the bugs, crashes, and all the mayhem and all the things that are terrible with the game and all the nitpicks I have. The game content itself is amazing. Thoroughly enjoying my experience when I can actually play the game. But yeah, all these other stuff that are going on in between. I mean, yeah, I'm thinking about cashing out my chips, leaving the casino and going to the VIP section, obviously, which is the PC, and just running this game on my gaming laptop. But it's just, if I end up doing that, that means I won't be able to stream the game, just because doing both messes with my interactivity on stream. So, because it's picking up my single monitor that I have on my gaming laptop to look at the game and play the game, and I'd be looking at the chat on my phone, and that's just not a good combination. But regardless, wow, this is absolutely unprecedented in every single way. And again, like I keep reiterating, they will never make another game like this ever again. They will never take this much time. They will never be this more open with showing gameplay early on. They are going to completely change the way that they're going to handle their approach to video games from now on with this company. And no other game would even think about attempting to launch a game the way that they have, you know? It's crazy, man. This has been a crazy time with this game and its launch, and just how quickly everything took a massive 180 from launch, or like pre-launch and like the day before launch and all that sort of stuff. It's absolutely insane. And I truly hope that one day we could get like a documentary, an expose, a behind the scenes, a Jason Schreier article talking to employees. I want to know what happened to this game to where something like this would happen, right? Or something as simple as the frame rate being locked at 30 frames per second for last gen consoles is an issue, or the constant crashing on PS5. Like, how does it get to this point? Who makes the decision to completely hide and lie about the console version? Like, this is crazy to me. It's crazy. And I want to know what happened at CD Projekt Red to still deliver a game that I think is great, but is going to be completely overshadowed by all of its technical issues and its anti-consumer practices, and rightfully so. Completely rightfully so. So, you know, good news out of all this is that at the end of the day, people who feel like their money was not well spent can get their money back. But one thing that CD Projekt Red is going to not be able to recover from a lot of this is getting that trust back from a lot of people who trusted them to deliver a functional product on launch. Like I said, keep reiterating over all these videos, there's a difference between, you know, something that needs a little polish and then just something that's like clearly like, what the is this? Like, this thing's not even, it's like getting a pizza and the dough is still gooey and it's not cooked all the way. You're like, what is this thing? This is a nice looking garnish and pizza and all that stuff, but it's not finished. Like, it needs to be in the oven longer. Which, it is funny to see people blaming fans for pressuring CD Projekt Red when every single time there was a delay, people were like, just release the PC version since you said that's finished. Or people would say things like, okay, well then take your time because we want it to be perfect, which was a common thing that kept being said. But it's just funny to see memes circulating now, trying to revise history on what actually happened. It's incredible. It's incredible. But like, truly, I think I want to make a larger video project on this whole, like a video documentary on the hype train that built up for CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk 2077 to the subsequent launch of the game and how did it end up in the state. Like, I feel like this would be an amazing video to make and to get into. I think that'd be really, really fascinating. Let me know if you guys want to see that, because I think that'd be a fun project to take on. It takes some time, but I feel like it'd be fun to do. For sure. Okay, there we go. Boom. All right, so with that being said, green screen going away. Let me know what you guys think about all this. If you own a console version of the game, are you gonna get that refund? Are you just gonna cash out your chips, come back to the club when the club's ready, when the club's finished? You know, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you at all. I'm lucky enough, fortunate enough to have a backup option for playing the game. Like, I can take my refund and then go over and play it on PC in the meantime. Voice crack. But, you know, for a lot of other people, they just don't have that option and they're just stuck with whatever version of the game there is. And that's just unfortunate. Because that was not the game that was advertised, promised, or sold to them. So, you know, It's okay to have a you know, a lower quality version for last generation consoles, but it's not okay to have one that doesn't function, which is the big distinction people need to understand, and distinction that people need to make. There's a clear difference. But let me know, guys. You didn't get that money? That shmoney? Let me know in the comment section down below, guys. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, and let me know if you would be interested in me doing like a documentary style sort of video, documenting the case of what happened with this video game and how things turned out. I think that would be really, really fascinating. I don't know what we're going to end up doing in regards to all this. I think it's still going to take me a little bit more of most of the week before I end up streaming again, just for the simple fact of I'm trying to get through this game, but it keeps crashing, and that keeps interfering with the smoothness of the review process. And yeah, 40 crashes and staying up until like 6-7 o'clock in the morning trying to finish, you know, playthroughs and trying to get stuff done. It's a lot. It's a lot, and I'm trying to at the same time take my time and enjoy the game and make sure I am going through all the side missions and all that sort of stuff. But I'm trying to put together a review that's going to be a lot more in depth than a lot of the other schlock that a lot of other people have just been putting out there, of just like, okay, main story done, and just pooping it out. Like, no, I want to explore all of these life paths. I want to explore all these side quests. I want to truly see what the game has to offer and critique it and to a very detailed degree. So it's going to take me a while to do that, but hopefully it'll all be worth it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that content for when it comes around. But with that being said, guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comment sections down below. And also, while you're down there, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you're new here, subscribe to become a part of the GeekSpeakNation channel. And if it's your first time here and you hit that subscribe button, thank you. Hey, how's it going? But also make sure you hit that bell icon and set it to all, so you always get notified of when I post a new video. And then you get to listen to this lovely voice talk about Cyberpunk 2077 more than likely, and other things normally, but this game has been consuming my life because it keeps crashing and I can't get through it. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's a Monday. We're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it through. Okay. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'm Daniel. Don't forget to get geeky. Okay, I'm going to bed. I'm tired.